And by the time I saw her, she had had half of her lower teeth root canal treated and crowned. And that had stopped the sensitivity, because if you take the nerve out of the center of a tooth, it's going to stop the sensitivity problem. However, when she met me, I sat her down and said, we've got to figure out why. Why are your teeth so sensitive? And she said, oh, there's no reason. But there's always a reason. And you have to search for that reason. So why are teeth so sensitive? Why has everybody got sensitive teeth at this point in time? And one of the reasons is that we are constantly damaging our teeth by the habits that we have and the things we do to them. And it's become so common now. If you go to the grocery store, you'll see rows of toothpaste designed for sensitive teeth. People who actually use these toothpastes for years and years and years. It never gets better. They just continue to pacify the situation by basically putting a Band-Aid over it. And I want to explain what is tooth sensitivity and why does it happen and what can you do to actually get rid of it and stop it forever, because it is a damaging signal. The sensitivity isn't the problem. There's no such thing as tooth sensitivity as a disease. It's a symptom of problems. And problems in the mouth occur when we damage the barriers that are supposed to protect our teeth and our gums from the things that go in and out and round our mouths, the things we eat and the things we use to clean our teeth and the things that occur in our mouths. Anything that dries the mouth, anything that makes the mouth acidic is going to challenge these defensive barriers that are supposed to be over your gums and your teeth. If you lose the protective barriers, you leave your teeth open to chemical damage. And now chemical damage can be that it percolates through your tooth and makes your teeth make you go, ow, that hurts. It also can actually dissolve your teeth, can damage your teeth, and your teeth are then soft and more easily eroded. You also can be more prone to infection. If you're constantly getting cavities, you have lost your protective barriers and the bacteria are able to access into your teeth. So good protective barriers offer us protection against temperature, against chemicals in our mouth, and those chemicals can be things in our food, simple curries, flavoring, spices, cinnamon, all these things that have a little tang or a little spice. These are seen by our teeth as chemicals, and they are usually kept away from the sensitive part of our teeth by barriers. And we're going to talk about these barriers in a second. But if you lose these barriers, the other thing that can happen when you brush your teeth, you may have been told you brush your teeth too hard, but healthy teeth, healthy tooth enamel can resist. It's stronger than steel. So you're not brushing too hard. The problem is your teeth are too soft because they probably lost their defensive barrier. So it's temperature, it's chemistry, it's bacteria, and it's physical abrasion. Good barriers protect you from all these things and stop your teeth feeling sensitive when you have these temperature changes, when you eat foods, this is what you hope you can do, is develop this protection. The protection comes on your teeth in layers. On the outside layer of your teeth, outside of the enamel, should be a biofilm. This is a mesh of bacteria that actually are woven together with proteins from your saliva, and they form this outside, almost a translucent, very, very thin skin type barrier over your teeth. Inside that protein barrier, the biofilm, is the enamel. The enamel has no live tissues. There are no cells in enamel. It's all designed with minerals packed inside a skeleton, a kind of collagen skeleton. And this barrier is able to demineralize, lose its minerals, because that does occur, But then our body provides saliva, the liquid in our mouth, that can put these minerals back into the enamel barrier. If the enamel barrier is intact and is healthy, it makes our teeth really strong, really defended, well defended from attack. And if the enamel is covered in healthy biofilm, it's even more protected. And this is the reason why, one of the reasons why I suggest we get our mouths so healthy, we can ask our dentist, do we need a dental cleaning? Because one of the missions of dental cleanings is to remove the outside biofilm on the outside of your enamel. The reason that's occurred is that years ago, biofilm was used as the same word as plaque. Plaque is actually infected biofilm. And yes, we don't want your teeth to be covered with infected biofilm because that will be damaging the enamel all by itself. But if we, and the products that I recommend and the strategies that I recommend and the mouth care systems that I recommend all balance, create, and promote healthy biofilm so that the plaque goes away, the plaque is eliminated from your mouth, and your teeth and gums are covered in healthy biofilm. Now, why do teeth feel sensitive? I want to answer that question. And I told you that if the barriers are breached, if we get through those barriers, we end up touching the interior part of the tooth, the dentin. And I have drawn this diagram to show you just some of the structure of dentin. You see, dentin is absolutely packed with little tubules, tiny little tubes, like little tiny straws that go from the center of the tooth to the enamel. And in those little tiny tubes, there is liquid. It's lymphatic liquid. If anyone knows what lymph is, this is what is floating around. The lymph comes from the body. It's inside the center of the tooth, and then it flows into these little channels. And in these little channels, imagine them like a straw full of liquid, there are tiny little cells called odontoblasts. Now, the odontoblast actual body lies on the surface of the pulp chamber, the center part of your tooth. But each of these cells, each of these little odontoblasts has a long arm. Any of you who remember Gumby or any of the kids today who like those balloon flappers that flap outside to advertise, this is kind of how the long arm of the odontoblast goes through the channel, through the dentin. And if your dentist puffs air or cuts or scrapes the surface of the dentin, it is your odontoblast, this little cell inside, that feels the change in pressure as pain. You feel it as pain because this odontoblast tells the nerves in the center of the pulp, hey, somebody's touching your tooth and it hurts. And this nerve sends the signal to your brain and you go, ouch, I don't like that. And it's a signal to tell you there's a problem. Probably the problem, if the dentist is touching it, is that your tooth isn't numb enough for him to be cutting it. But if it's happening every time you eat and drink, it means one of the barriers here has been breached. Either the biofilm has been taken away. That could happen if you go home after a dental cleaning and your teeth are really sensitive afterwards. People with a dry mouth, or people with not much saliva, or people who don't have enough protein in their saliva because they eat poorly or they're sick, if they have a cleaning, it may take them a week or more to reestablish anything over the outside of their teeth. And their teeth can be extremely sensitive and painful for a long time afterwards. So if your enamel has worn away, you will get the same sensations, always transmitted. The only cells that transmit this problem are the odontoblasts. And the problem is if you irritate the pulp with these odontoblast signals long enough, you get what's called hypersensitivity. This is when you can't stand to touch anything that's even warm or cold. It will create so much pain you don't know what to do with yourself. And that is really a signal that the nerves inside the tooth are dying. They've had enough. They're fed up with this. And the problem is, as they die, that space inside can get infected, and you can end up then with total infection on the inside of your tooth, a death of your tooth that will require either extraction or a root canal or some kind of treatment. So this sensitivity is a signal we need to take care of. It can also be a signal if your gum, in the root of your tooth, you have two barriers. You have the root of the tooth is supposed to be covered with gum tissue, with the skin of your mouth. And inside of that is a cement layer. It's not nearly as strong as the enamel on the outside of your teeth, but there are two barriers that are supposed to stop the liquids in your mouth and when you brush your teeth from damaging or irritating the odontoblasts that are in the dentin, even in the root of your tooth. So if you have gum recession, if you have periodontal disease and you're opening up the root of your tooth to access or be accessed by the liquids in your mouth, you're going to be feeling sensitivity. And this is a signal you need to do something about it. So what to do if you have sensitivity? Well, my first suggestion is I wouldn't rush to see your dentist, because you want to try to figure out first why you have this sensitivity. I can tell you a story of a girl who came to see me. She had so much sensitivity. She couldn't eat anything that was even lukewarm. She couldn't eat anything that was slightly cold. She certainly couldn't have ice cream or margaritas or drink a hot cup of coffee. And she was so upset. And she went to her dentist. They didn't figure out why she had this problem. And so the only treatment he could think of, because he's trying to get her out of pain, was he took out the nerves of each tooth sequentially around the mouth. And by the time I saw her, she had had half of her lower teeth root canal treated and crowned. And that had stopped the sensitivity, because if you take the nerve out of the center of a tooth, it's going to stop the sensitivity problem. However, when she met me, I sat her down and said, we've got to figure out why. Why are your teeth so sensitive? And she said, oh, there's no reason. But there's always a reason. And you have to search for that reason. And what I did with this lady was she was a healthy eater, she was a gymnast, she was young, she was not drinking soda, she wasn't bulimic, she wasn't any of the traditional things that dentist questions you about if you have this sensitivity. We had to go through her whole day, a day in the life of her tooth. What did she do? What did she do the minute she woke up? And in that interrogation, I discovered something, that she was cutting lemons into wedges first thing in the morning and sucking them before every meal. She would spend 10, 15 minutes before a meal cleansing her palate, sucking the lemon wedge against her lower teeth. No wonder her lower enamel was dissolving. All we had to do was stop the habit, protect her teeth at the end of meals with some xylitol, which is what I recommend you do always at the end of every meal. Have a little xylitol, stimulate healing saliva to flow into your mouth to heal the damaged minerals, to repair this barrier, this enamel barrier. And it also, xylitol will feed the good bacteria and develop this. You'll feel it when you start using xylitol. It's like a waxy layer that forms over your teeth. You just know that they are protected. And then she used my complete mouth care system that also works synergistically to develop this more dense enamel, this nice barrier, and protect her teeth. She's now, this must be 20 years from when I first saw this patient. She has never had another dental treatment. Unfortunately, she has half of her lower teeth crowned and root treated, but the other half were never treated. There was no need. she is in good oral health and still communicates with me today how grateful she is. So don't rush to the dentist. I'm not saying if you're in acute pain, if you're biting down on your tooth and it's throbbing, that indicates it's too late. The nerve is probably dead. The abscess is probably formed. You need to treat that tooth. You do. You cannot walk around with a dead tooth. If the tooth is hypersensitive, if it's sensitive all the time, it's sensitive for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes at a time, you are in that end stage. Probably best to book an appointment with an endodontist and get the tooth root treated as quickly as possible. But if you're just eating something and you go, ooh, that hurt, it happens to me. If your immune system is compromised, if you've been traveling, if perhaps the air is cold, if you're stressed, if there's something going on, if maybe you're eating, I was actually eating toffee and chocolate that I don't normally eat, there can be a second or two where your teeth go, wow, goodness, I don't like that. Stop eating those things or eat them as part of a meal. I was breaking my own rules, and it is just a little tweak to remind me to get back on the system, to make sure I'm ending with xylitol, to make sure that I'm doing the complete mouth care system the way it needs to be done. If I had run to a dental office and said, oh, my teeth are really sensitive, probably the only thing your dentist can do is put fillings in, which may upset the tooth even more, or take the nerve of the tooth out in the way that this patient I've told you about what happened. So I would suggest to you to be a little cautious before you rush to a dentist with sensitivity. If you're whitening your teeth, there's a problem. If you're sucking lemons or drinking a lot of citrus juices or drinks or eating a lot of citrus fruit, if you're eating a grapefruit every night before bed, those are probably the problems. Citrus fruits are incredible for pulling minerals out of teeth. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to give up your lemon juice or your citrus eating. Just have them as part of a meal and then end the meal with some xylitol. Same thing if you really want to eat toffees. You don't do it in the middle of the afternoon. Do it as part of a dessert and a meal, and then end in the traditional tooth health way. And this way, you will avoid so many unnecessary treatments. And you will strengthen your teeth, and your teeth will really be happy about that.